What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville extra, honey. I will be reading up out of the Facebook group for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So without further ado, honey, let's get off into it. Okay, so one person makes a post and says, Stormy calls Marsau a bitch, Tisha, but I like Stormy. Mel does absolutely nothing to Tisha, but says what everyone else is. But she's evil and the devil. Okay, so let's see what the people think of that. I thought that was weird too. Well, it wasn't really weird. Because I told y'all, Tisha does not see it for Melody, okay? No matter how cool you try to be with a bitch that don't like you, okay, it's just always going to rise above the surface, okay? It's always going to come out. So one person says, Tisha is mad because her husband gives Melody all the attention and meetups. Ooh. Another person says everyone knows Tisha is jealous of Melody. Another person says Tissue couldn't focus on anything but the fact that her husband met with Mel. Stormisha could have called Marsha everything but a child of God, and she wouldn't have cared because she was so angry. Yeah, I noticed that part of the episode, and I don't know, I just noticed it seemed like Tisha had like this attitude when Marsau had mentioned he had met up with Mel. Now, at first he said they had lunch, and then he quickly said they had coffee. Did y'all notice how Tisha's face was? Okay, she does not trust, honey, when those two get together. What does that tell you? Another person says she's jealous of Mel and intimidated by her. That's why she lashes out at her and not Stormy. It's so obvious. Another person says, no, that green-eyed monster has her in a chokehold so hard she sweats green envy. It's in her name. She sees Mel is happier and more successful without her toad. Tisha is afraid to make a move out of fear she can't go. So she endures her toad and pretends she's happy. Mel's a blaring reminder of her fear. She secretly wished Mel would fail without a man. Instead, she soared high with an epic comeback. Tisha jealous because Mel's living the good life and drama-free, honey. Yeah, that's what I get from her. Did anybody else pick up on the stiffness and the coldness, honey, of the town hall meeting? Okay, that Kimmy scheduled for everybody to come together and give some input about what should have been done, honey, what should be done for the next Black Business Expo, honey. Yes, Expo, not Expo, okay? It's called the Black Business Expo. And I don't care what nobody say, because Mel, she really do got a dark soul. I don't like how she be meeting with my man, without me knowing about it. Tisha, she told you she was meeting with that man, girl. Okay, what is wrong with you? So another person calls out Marsau, and their post says, Marsau said he did more for the Holts than the Holts did for them. I wonder what he's talking about. So the people in the comments say, well, one person says, I ain't reading that comment, honey, okay? One person says, I don't think Martell was working at the movie theater or needed a car to get around. Sorry/ungrateful. Tissue and Marsau used the Holts to get from A to B. Now they act as if they had it going on from jump. I would never want them as friends. Yeah, I noticed that too, honey. That's how people act, honey, when you help them out, okay? That's how they try to act. All ungrateful. Okay, like they all that, like they really that smart, honey. Okay, like, child, make it make sense. Why y'all think Tisha got so upset when Mel started to give her constructive criticism, honey, about the Black Business Expo, honey? Y'all see how mad Tisha got? She got all up in her feelings. Now, meanwhile, Stormy done said, a lot of stuff. Everybody was saying some stuff, honey. Okay, and then as soon as Mel said something, she was all over Melody. Okay, all over her. So another person says, Marsau is trying to save face. The Scotts are parasites, and they plotted on the weakest link, Martell. They plotted on the Holt's downfall because they were jealous, but they didn't see that Melody was so anointed, so they may have aided in breaking up the marriage. They couldn't break her. I feel like their plan was to take over the show, but Mel wouldn't budge, and her fan base wasn't going for it. We saw what they were trying to do. I hope the show continues to expose the Scotts. I mean, the knots, the people that's caught up with all these lawsuits, honey, okay? Make it make sense, honey. Oh, so another person makes a post and it says, do y'all remember when Marsau called the police on Martell just for thinking he would do something to him? Courtney better be careful because Marsau probably already made a report on him. Yeah, with his scary ass. Okay, got that big ass head. Big toenail head is what I call him, honey. Yeah, I remember that. I think that was that season 2? Stormy gonna mess around and be the reason her man is in the slammer, always trying to get him to intimidate Marsau with violence. She just want him to, put Marsau, honey, in his place. Okay? So another person makes a post and it says, now if Marsau was to call Stormy the B word, this would be a whole nother conversation. What do y'all think about that? So one person says she didn't call him a bitch. She said he always had to get the last word, just like a bitch. He said, I am a bitch. Another person says she definitely called him a bitch twice when they were at the baby reveal. She changed the wording at the town hall, but in my mind, it's still the same. He should wear a wig. It's rude and petty over what, $100? He isn't my fave, but I think she is really juvenile at the same time. What do y'all think of Stormy calling that man a bitch? I thought it was a bit unnecessary. Just say you acting like a queen, but for her to, I don't know, she keeps saying it, and it's like Tisha don't say nothing. Like, goddamn, are you gonna take up for your man, girl? But I don't think she want them problems with Stormy, honey. I think she know that Stormy will probably put her in a chokehold, honey. And Tisha don't want them problems. Okay. Child, so another person makes a post and says, so we gonna act like Mel didn't fact check not Hipso, on that bankruptcy they filed while still being married. If anyone believes the Snots are millionaires, just catch the next ride on the short bus. I believe they are con artists, not con artists. Well, that's what the people say, honey. Okay. A whole bunch of con artists that don't pay their bills. The oldest trick of a con artist is to buy a whole bunch of stuff, then file for bankruptcy. That way no one can take it for real. Ooh, what y'all think of that? Y'all think that's what they did? It's so funny that he tried to call Mel out for that. Like, oh my God. Marsau just really made himself look bad. He looked really bad, you guys. So one person comments to that post and says, well, I thought they were suspect when they moved into a rental/apartment, making excuses about why they were not in their home. The funds are not there. Where is the fancy sports car Marsau drove to the camping trip? Ooh, good question, honey. Okay. Ooh, all the people is laughing, honey, in the comments. So another person makes a post and it says, y'all didn't see that Martell's mom's house is for sale. Someone ain't paying the mortgage or something. What y'all know about that? Okay, what's going on with Miss Marlene's house? That my son. My son been paying the bills. He just ain't paid the electric. But anyway, he'll get down to doing it. Okay, everybody make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. Not even my boy. Everybody skip out on paying the bills sometimes. So one person comments to that and says, maybe she just wanted to downgrade. A smaller place means less money going out. I don't blame her. Grandkids or not, you have to live for you. And if she is of age to get low income housing, then she should take it. Another person says, I don't know why it's up for sale. She could be downsizing. My mother-in-law had a pretty decent home and she downsized to less square footage because it's less upkeep. So what do y'all think about that? They said that Martell was, paying her bills, honey, but they saying he ain't paying the bills and he's still homeless, still ain't got a place to stay. What y'all think about that? Another person says, I don't understand. Isn't Martell making all this money off his wine? The wine must not be good. Another person says, I believe her home is in foreclosure. Not the foreclosure, honey. Another person says Martell should be ashamed of himself. Another person says, I wish her well. Maybe she did want to downsize after all. I don't know. What do y'all think about it? Okay, they talking about Miss Marlene finna get put out like mother, like son, honey. Okay. Another person makes a post and it says, Tiffany isn't my favorite person on the show, but the way some of y'all are missing her postpartum depression and classifying it as complaining is concerning. She is telling her husband what a lot of women feel, but sometimes don't vocalize, that she's gained weight and doesn't know if her husband still finds her attractive, that he took a new job which takes him away from the home and makes her insecure about their relationship. She even expressed to him what he could do to help her not feel this way. She is communicating with him at a very vulnerable time. The lack of empathy is the reason postpartum is not handled correctly and women don't get the correct support. I agree with that because a lot of the people I see in the group, they drag Tiffany by saying Big Lou told you he didn't want that baby. And that's true as well. But, I do feel like Tiffany, had some genuine concerns, right, that she shared with Big Lou. Okay. So one person comments to this and says, here we go. Ain't nobody dismissing or being unsympathetic to postpartum depression. Stop reaching. People get judged based on the image they display and their actions. And they're on TV to receive it. Tiffany is simply getting the shade she earned by her actions. Lou told her he needed time from her. A baby would change their lives, and it wasn't a good idea. She got her baby and the responsibility that she asked for. The shade is for Tiffany, and had her actions not the postpartum, it's reality TV. Don't trip. Getting off your high horse, I guess. Like the way y'all put y'all damn sentences together, like you could have said that in a better way, but I see what you were saying. Another person says Lou wasn't interested in having another child. Tiffany and Lou were discussing that they barely have time for each other, and Tiffany was still determined to have a baby. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. That is true. That is true. Tiffany was warned, honey. Okay, so y'all let me know how y'all feel about all of that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.